Hi, I'm Christoph. Welcome to E52. I'm teaching today's lesson in my kitchen. I have to go to the supermarket to buy some food, so let's take a look at some things I need. Welcome to Lesson 6, Count and Non-Count Nouns with units of measurement and quantifiers. Okay, let's make our shopping list. Great, I have some milk. Oh, I don't have any milk. I have some cheese, but not a lot. I have some orange juice, but not much. I have a few apples. All right, that's 3 apples. Let's see here. Do I have any chicken? I don't have any chicken. Let's see what else I have in my refrigerator. I have a jar of strawberry jam here, but there's not a lot of jam left in the jar. Wow, I have a lot of broccoli and tomatoes, so I don't need to buy any broccoli or tomatoes at the supermarket. Pizza. I think there are a few slices left in this box. Oh, there aren't any slices left. In fact, this box is empty. So it looks like I have a lot to buy at the supermarket. I'd better make a list. Count and non-count nouns. Nouns are words we use for talking about people. I am a teacher. You are students. Steve is my friend. I, you, and Steve are all nouns for people. Teacher, students, and friend are also nouns for people. Places. San Francisco is a beautiful city. My home has a nice kitchen. Golden Gate Park is near my home. San Francisco, city, home, kitchen, and Golden Gate Park are nouns for places. Things. I have some milk. I have a few apples. I have a lot of tomatoes. Milk, apples, and tomatoes are all nouns for things. In English, we have 2 types of nouns: count nouns and non-count nouns. Count nouns are nouns that we can count by number. I have a tomato. I have 3 apples. I have 8 students in my class. Tomato, apples, and students are all count nouns. We use the articles a and an to show that a count noun is singular because there is only one. For example, I have a tomato. There is 1 tomato in my hand. I have an apple. There is 1 apple in my hand. We use the article an before singular count nouns that start with a vowel sound. For example, an egg, an apple, an orange. We add s to most count nouns to show that the noun is plural because there is more than 1 noun. We can also use numbers to show that a noun is plural. For example, I have 2 oranges. I have 8 students in my class. Non-count nouns are nouns that we cannot count by number. For example, milk, sugar, and rice are non-count nouns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not easy to count rice, is it? We do not use the singular articles a or an with non-count nouns. For example, he has rice, he has milk, I have sugar. We do not add the plural ending s to non-count nouns. Non-count nouns do not have a plural form. For example, he has rice, he has milk, I have sugar. Remember, rice is a non-count noun. We can't count rice with numbers, but we can use units of measurement to count some non-count nouns. Now let's learn more about units of measurement. We use units of measurement to count both count and non-count nouns. Units of measurement also tell us how much or how many we have of something. For example, I have a bag of rice. A bag is a unit of measurement that helps me count the non-count noun. I can also make a unit of measurement plural by adding an s to the unit of measurement and a number. For example, I have 2 bags of rice. So, units of measurement make counting non-count nouns a lot easier, okay? Now let's look at some more units of measurement that we can use for both count and non-count nouns. Okay, I have a bag of broccoli, a box of cookies, a bag of chips, a box of cereal, a carton of milk, a jar of jam, a bottle of water, a loaf of bread, a package of cheese, and a carton of eggs. And for my sandwich, I have 2 slices of bread, 2 slices of cheese, and 2 slices of turkey. We also have units of measurements that we use in the United States to give information about different amounts or weights. We see these units of measurements in supermarkets, on food packages, and in cooking recipes. For example, I have a pound of tomatoes, a pint of ice cream, a cup of sugar, a dozen eggs, a gallon of milk, a quart of orange juice, a teaspoon of sugar, and a tablespoon of peanut butter. We can use the quantifiers some and any to ask and give information about amounts that are unknown. We can use quantifiers with non-count nouns and plural count nouns. For example, I have some chicken, he has some cereal, we have some milk. I have some oranges, he has some apples, we have some tomatoes. We use the quantifier any when the amount or quantity of something is 0 or none. I don't have any chicken. He doesn't have any cereal. We don't have any milk. I don't have any oranges. He doesn't have any apples. We don't have any tomatoes. We use the quantifiers some and any with yes/no questions. We use the quantifier any when we want to ask about an unknown amount or quantity. For example, do you have any chicken? Does he have any cereal? Do we have any milk? Do you have any oranges? Does he have any apples? Do we have any tomatoes? We use some with yes/no questions when we want to ask for something that has an amount or quantity, or offer something that has an amount or quantity. For example, do you want some chicken? Does he have some cereal? Do we need some milk? Do you want some oranges? Does he have some apples? Do we need some tomatoes? Okay, let's practice. Do we have any orange juice? Only a little, so we need to buy some. Do we have any chicken? No, we don't have any, so we need to buy some. We also have quantifiers that tell us information about small and large quantities and amounts. For example, I have a lot of chicken. He has a lot of cereal. We have a little milk. I have a lot of oranges. He has a few apples. We have many tomatoes. We use not a lot of for small quantities or amounts of non-count and plural count nouns. For example, we don't have a lot of milk. We don't have a lot of oranges. We use not many for small amounts or quantities of plural count nouns. For example, we don't have many apples. We don't have many tomatoes. We use not much for small amounts or quantities of non-count nouns. For example, we don't have much milk. We don't have much rice. For questions about count and non-count nouns, we use how many to ask about count nouns. For example, how many apples do we have? We have a few apples, or we have 2 apples. How many tomatoes do we have? We have a lot of tomatoes, or we have many tomatoes. We use how much to ask about non-count nouns. For example, how much broccoli do we have? We have a lot of broccoli. How much milk do we have? We don't have a lot of milk. We don't have much milk. We have a little milk. We don't have any milk. Okay, so let's take a look at my list. Okay, we need a gallon of milk. We need some apples. I think 4 is okay. 2 bags of chips. A bag of rice. We also need to buy a pound of chicken. A jar of jam. A dozen eggs. A package of sliced cheese. A few oranges. 3 sounds good. We also need a carton of orange juice, so let's buy a quart. And I really like ice cream, so I need to buy a pint of ice cream. Well, thanks for helping me with my shopping list. Have fun, and see you next time.